The Towson University Tigers head to Newark, Delaware for another matchup against the Blue Hens of Delaware. Coming up next on the Tiger Basketball Report, which starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Wise Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl and chocolate-covered pretzel. How can you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating Wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Welcome, Tiger fans, to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with head coach Pat Skerry. And Coach, the Tigers headed to Newark for our closest rival geographically, the Delaware Blue Hens, Thursday night, 7 o'clock at the Bob Carpenter Center. And we look at this Delaware team, and early on they were kind of the surprise of the CAA as they started off 4-2 in the conference. They've lost their last 4 games, and now they've lost their leading scorer, Ryan Daly, for a couple of weeks due to an ankle injury. So this is going to be kind of a desperate, hurting Delaware team that you got to go in and play. And sometimes, a wounded animal is a dangerous animal.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to play wounded too a little bit. They really should have won both last week. They should have beat Hofstra. Foreman beat them, at the very end of the game, and they controlled the Charleston game up until the last minute, and Chaley kind of beat them. So 2 pretty good guys that can beat you.
Right.
They don't turn it over. They do a good job of controlling tempo. Their last 4 games have all been in the 50s or 60s. And they've got some veteran guys in Mosley and Bryant and Carter and Sky Johnson. And then the rookie, Ryan Allen's having Rookie of the Year type of year. He's really shooting the basketball well. So, we've got to figure out, one, we got a guard. That usually is a formula for success on the road. And then can we get the game going, get out in transition? Not easy against them. They seem to have guys that have bought into, like I said, really ball control, not shrinking the game, not turning it over, and we expect to see a lot of zone from them.
They're a team that Ryan Daly broke out last year as a star, as a freshman for them, and was having another great year until he got injured. But now they have the other Ryan and Ryan Allen, who is a freshman. It's probably going to be on the all-freshman team in the CAA.
Probably Rookie of the Year.
It could be Rookie of the Year, right. But then you throw in Eric Carter, who averages almost a double-double. So they've got a lot of mix, but they don't play a lot of guys. But as you say, they're trying to slow the game down.
Yeah, they won't play a lot of guys. But like I said, they run good offense. They run good motion. They have a couple good continuity sets. They do a really good job, I think, of the right guys taking the shots. Martin does a good job of changing up defenses between the man and the zone, some soft pressure. Maybe they'll double the post. So, I think they've got pretty good game plans coming into each game. Look at it, they could have could have, should have probably beat both those teams last week, who were both good clubs. So it's a conference game. It's up the road. I'm sure there'll be a good crowd. There's no gimmies in the CAA. We've certainly, hopefully, learned that. And I also think as much as we're getting ready for Delaware, we got to make sure there's a couple things we do a little bit more consistently in order to win a ball game.
Yeah, when you look at the conference and it's getting jumbled up. I mean, here's Towson sitting at 5-5, and that's nowhere near where you want to be at this point in the season. But you're only 2 games out of first place. I mean, it's not like anybody is running away with this thing.
Rick Barnes once said, "Proud peacock today, feather duster tomorrow." That's the deal. I mean, we're a game out of the playing game. We're 2 games out of first. Charleston and Northeastern play Thursday night. I don't think it's going to be a draw. Someone's going to win. So this would be a good time of year. We didn't have a good middle third to the season. This would be a very good time of year to have the normal type of finish we usually have.
All right, so the Tigers and the Blue Hens, 7 o'clock on Thursday night. I'll have the call for you on CBS Sports Radio 1300 and TowsonTigers.com starting at 6:45. So for head coach Pat Skerry, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for joining us. Tune in later this week. We'll talk about the Dukes of James Madison. And as always, go Tigers.